Good day, parents and guardians. Module 5 na tayo. The topic is about addition and subtraction of fractions and mixed forms without and with regrouping. So, fraction daw. So, ano ba yung fraction? Sabi, a fraction is a part of a whole. It has two parts, the numerator, and the other one is the denominator. So, as an example, nagbigay dyan ng isang figure which is a rectangle. So, ang ginawa, hinati sa apat. Okay? Kung ilang beses hinati ang isang buo, that will be called the denominator. Okay? So, 1, 2, 3, 4 na hati. That will be the number below. And then, yung shaded parts, that will be the number on top. Okay? So, the fraction we have here is 2/4. Okay? So, every part or these two numbers, meron mga tawag dyan. Okay? The numerator represents the number of parts being considered. So, kung ilan man yung naging shaded parts. So, we call that the numerator. Okay? And then, denominator naman is the number of equal parts the whole is divided into. So, kung ilang beses hinati yung isang buo, we call that the denominator. Okay, so don't get confused. The number on top is numerator. The number below it is the denominator. Kaya lang, specifically in mathematics, especially in this lesson about fractions, meron tayong tinatawag na lowest term. Pag sinabi natin lowest term, we use the smallest possible number in our fraction. So, for example, we have here, in this first example, so we have there 2/4. Diba? So, yung 2/4 na yan, this fraction can be put into lowest term. So, anong gagawin mo? You just need to find the GCF, or the greatest common factor, of the numerator and of the denominator. So, anong ibig sabihin nun? You think of a number na pwede nating i-divide by 2 and by 4. Specifically, you need to get the greatest common factor. So, there is only one number naman, and that number is 2 and then 2. Okay? So, yan. Actually, we don't put yung parang fraction bar dun sa gitna. Well, anyway, ganyan lang siya. So, 2 divided by 2, you have 1. Then, 4 divided by 2, you have 2. So, therefore, the lowest term of 2/4 is also 1/2. At if we're going to look at the figure din naman, kung sakaling hinati yan sa dalawa, okay, yan 1/2 pa din siya, diba? Hindi lang ganun ka-accurate yung drawing ko. Well, anyway, so that's it. Now, remember, we are doing addition and subtraction here, pero syempre, we will focus first on addition. Ito nga, dito in this example, so binibigyan muna tayo ng paglo-lowest term. So, in this example, binigyan tayo ng 4/8. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, yung isang buo ay hinati sa 4 na beses. Now, between 4 and the 8, and then the 8, ano ba yung GCF niya? So, syempre, you can get the common factors. So, pwede nyo gamitin yung continuous division method na katatapos lang na i-lesson natin. So, let's say we have 4 and then the 8. Okay, baliktad din. So, you think of a prime factor or prime divisor for these two numbers. So, you have there 2. 4 divided by 2. You have 2. 8 divided by 2. You have 4. Then, pwede pa din yung i-divide. So, the common factor still is 2. 2 divided by 2, that's 1. 4 divided by 2, that is 2. Diba? Okay. So, sabi nga, nakita natin na they are all now prime. Diba? Ngayon, pagkuha ng GCF, remember, ito yung ating kinukuha. We just have to multiply this. So, 2 times 2 equals 4. Ibig sabihin, the GCF of 4 and 8 is 4. So, divide lang natin yan by 4. here by 4. Divide that, 4 divided by 4, you have 1. 8 divided by 4, you have 2. Therefore, the lowest term of 4/8 is 1/2. So, we are given with the figure here. Okay, so as you can see, 4/8 yun. And then, ayan. Try to focus on the figure. Ayan, no? This figure is divided into 8 parts. This figure is divided into 2 parts. So, 4 ang shaded niya. Dito, isa. Pero if we're going to look at the figures, parehas lang sila ng laki. Diba? That means they are equal. Okay? So, that's just about the GCF. Now, the good thing with math is that yung mga lesson na pinag-aralan before ay nagagamit sa mga succeeding lessons. Okay? So, that's what I always tell my students na kailangan kung ano yung pinag-aralan natin sa mathematics, kailangan hindi nyo nakakalimutan kasi you will be needing that pagdating ng ibang lesson natin. Okay? Now, meron naman tayong tinatawag dito na improper fraction. Ang dami kasi. So, by the way, ang sabi din dito, yung 4/8 at yung 1/2, they are also called equal fractions. Diba? Bakit equal? Kasi nga, they have the same quantity. Diba? So, magkasindami lang naman sila. So, yung laki din nila, ganun din. So, they are called equal fractions. Okay? Ngayon, may sinabi dito sa atin. Sabi, that is about improper fraction. Okay? And then, meron din tinawag na proper. So, let's try to describe it and then explain it. Okay? So, we have proper fractions, we have improper fractions, and also we have mixed numbers, or pwede rin natin sabihin na mixed, pwede rin siya sabihin na mixed forms, or mixed form, or pwede rin sabihin na mixed fraction. Either of the three, pwede yan. So, pwedeng mixed number, pwedeng mixed form, pwedeng mixed fraction. Okay, balik tayo sa proper fraction. Sa proper fraction, ang titingnan mo is for you to distinguish if it is called proper is you compare the numerator and the denominator. Sa proper fraction, mas mataas ang denominator kesa sa numerator. Okay, that's proper. Now, doon naman sa baba, yung improper fraction, baliktad naman. So, di ba? The numerator is bigger than the denominator. Okay, again, let's do that. So, for it to be called an improper fraction, mas malaki yung nasa ibabaw, which is what we call the numerator, and then, kesa sa denominator. So, you can see here, 9/8. Mas malaki yung numerator kesa sa denominator. 7/3 or 7/3. Mas malaki pa din yung numerator kesa sa denominator. 6/5. Mas malaki pa din siya, di ba? Sa proper, mas maliit yung ibabaw. Okay? Yun yung difference nila. Now, the third one, sabi natin ay mixed numbers or mixed form. Ito naman, this is the combination of whole number and a fraction. Okay? Kung mapapansin ninyo, merong number na to. We have here 1. Diba? And then we have here the 3. And then we have here the 2. Okay? So, they are all whole numbers. So, the moment na you combine a whole number with the fraction, that can be called a mixed number. Okay? Halimbawa, you have here a whole number, let's say, 25. And then your numerator, let's say, is 3/8. So, you have here an example of a mixed fraction. Pero kapag fraction lang, let's say, 3/8, we call that a proper fraction. Pero kapag mataas naman yung nasa ibabaw, let's say 3/2, this is now what we call a improper or improper fraction. Okay, so that's their difference. Okay, so next, let's go to the next topic. So syempre, we always start with the word problem. Okay, so the word problem reads as sabi sa atin is Marco bought a gift for his mother. He used 2 pieces of ribbon which are 4/8 meter and 3/8 meter long. Okay? So the fractions given to us are 4/8 and 3/8. Okay? Konting trivia about reading fraction. Okay? Kapag ang numerator ay more than 1, the number below will have an S. So example, we have here 1/4, di ba? So 1/4, so walang S yung nasa ibaba. We have here, let's say, this one. This is now read as 2/4. Meron ng S yung nasa ilalim. 3/4. And then, the final one, 4/4. Okay? Ito, 1/4. Okay? So, balik tayo doon sa number natin. 4/8. So, siya ay 4/8. Pero, kapag 1 lang siya, 1/8. Walang S yung dulo. This is 4/8. This is 3/8. And then, this is 1/8. Walang S yung denominator. So, hindi siya nagkakaroon ng S. Okay? So, ngayon, according to the question, let's go back to the problem. How many meters of ribbon did Marco use? Okay, ibig sabihin, we are adding. Okay? So, this will be 4/8 plus 3/8. And yun. Now, there is what we call the visualization. So, let's try to visualize daw. Ngayon, ang gagawin lang natin is, let's make a figure na divided into 8. So, ito yun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then, let's shade 4 parts. Kaya yan, 1, 2, 3, 4 yung may shade. That represents 4/8. This one, sa baba, gumawa uli siya. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Kasi, 6 na beses yung, 8 rather. 8 yung kanyang hati. And then, 3 lang yung kanyang shaded. So, meron tayong 3 shaded parts. Now, since we're doing addition, all we have to do is just combine or add the numerators. I-add lang natin yan. So, let's do this. Let's count the number of the shaded parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, that gives us 7. And then, we just have to copy the denominator. Therefore, the answer is 7/8. Madali lang kapag sa whole number. Kasi, yung denominator niya, wala tayong gagawin doon. All we have to do is just copy the denominator and then just put it in our answer. So, in this example, 4/8 plus 3/8 equals 7/8. So, that's just an example. Okay? So, madali lang siya kasi, yun nga, they have the same denominator. Okay? So, yun ang madali lang kasi, yun nga, ang gagawin lang natin is we just have to combine the numerators. Okay? So, yun yung preliminary lesson. Okay? So, dito naman, example, oh. So, ang sabi, in steps, in adding and subtracting. So, add or subtract, depende kung ang ginagawa mo ay addition or subtraction. Okay? Tapos, sa whole number naman, ganun din. You just have to add the whole number and then copy yung common denominator. Example. Let's have an example for that. Let's say we have ito 4/15 plus 1/15, di ba? So they have the same denominator. Copy lang. You have there 15 and then copy or add the numerator. 4 plus 1, you have 5. 5/15. Kaya nga na sinasabi dito sa ating example, yung ating numerator na 5 at yung ating denominator na 15 ay meron silang GCF. And their factor and their GCF is 5. So, you get your answer, 5/15. Divide mo yan sa 5. 5 divided by 5, you have 1. 15 divided by 5, you have 3. So therefore, the correct answer is 1/3. This is also correct. 5/15. Gaya nga na sinabi ko yan, they are what we call equal fractions, di ba? Kaya lang kasi in mathematics, usually, we always put the answer in lowest term, especially if we are discussing about fractions. So, this would be a better answer compared to this one. So, kung 5/15 ang sagot mo, you have to look for the GCF of those factors, of those numbers, yung factor ng 5, hanapin mo, factor ng 15, hanapin mo, and then you just have to simplify your answer or reduce the answer to lowest term. Okay? So, ganyan yung naging nangyari. Now, madali lang yan, remember, kapag the same ang kanilang denominator. So, next example is subtraction na. Okay? We will have the same process. So, we have here 6/8 minus 2/8. Okay? Ito yun. You just have to find the end daw. Okay? First, look for the denominator. If the denominators are the same, madali lang, kopyahin mo lang siya. And then, yung numerator lang, ang iyong isa-subtract. So, 6 minus 2, you have 4. So, the answer mo is 4/8, di ba? Ito yun. 4/8. Kaya lang, sabi nga, merong tayong sinasabi palagi na always reduce your answer in lowest term. So, paano yun? Hanapin mo yung GCF. Okay, you can use the continuous division method na pinag-aralan natin noong nakaraan. So, 4 and then 8. You get the prime divisor. Have here 2. 2 and then 4. Another 2. Okay, so we will have, dito ay, tipat ko lang ha. So, 2 divided by 2, you have 1. 4 divided by 2, you have 2. So, ito yung naging sagot, diba? So, dinugtong ko lang siya. So, yung number dito, yan yung kanyang magpapa-GCF. So, you just have to multiply that. 2 times 2, you have 4. So, yung 4 na yun, yun ang magiging GCF mo. And then, you will use that to divide or to simplify your answer. 4 divided by 4, 1. 8 divided by 4, 2. So therefore, your answer is 1/2. Okay? So you always have to reduce. So sa subtraction, sa addition, madali lang kapag the same ang kanilang denominator. We will just have a different answer or solution kung iba na yung kanyang ginagamit na denominator. Magkaiba na yung kanyang denominator. So, let's wait for the lesson to come up dito. So, ayan. Dito. As you can see here, meron siya dito na examples na binigay. Okay? More than 2 numbers na siya. Okay? So, let's go to number 1. Madali lang kasi 1/8 plus 1/8. Okay, 1/8 plus 1/8 plus 2/8. Okay, so ayan. So, they have the same denominator. So, kukopyahin mo lang siya, 8. And then, add the numerator. 1 plus 1 equals 2, plus 2 equals 4. So, ang naging sagot niya ay 4/8. Kaya lang, kaya nga nasabi, always reduce your answer to lowest term. So, you get the GCF, 4. 4 divided by 4, you have 1. 8 divided by 4, you have 2. So, therefore, the final answer should be 1/2. Okay? Same thing with number 2. Same denominator, 9, 9, 9. So, ayun. Pwede mo silang i-combine para maging ganito. 3 plus 2 plus 3. So, ito yun. Then, add mo lang sila. You're gonna have 8/9. Okay? Number 3. Ganun din. Okay? same, kopyahin mo lang yung denominator natin. 2 plus 3 plus 3 plus 1, you will have 9. Sa 4, ganun din. Okay? So, you have the same process. Okay, let's go to the other side, subtraction naman. Okay? Similar fraction sila. By the way, we have what we call the similar and dissimilar. Similar fraction, okay? Tinatawag sila na similar fraction kasi the denominators are the same. Sorry. The denominators used are the same, di ba? So, we call them similar fractions. Okay? Pare-pareho ng denominator na ginamit. Okay? So, we call them similar. Kapag sinabi namang dissimilar, ibig sabihin, yung kabaliktaran, different denominator. Okay, iba na yung denominator na ginamit sa ating fraction. So, punta naman tayo muna dun sa subtraction. Hindi tayo malito. Okay, same process. Ayan o. Okay, 7 over 8 minus 7 over 8 minus 1/8. Okay. Kopyahin mo lang yung denominator. Both are 8. Ayun, kinopya lang siya. Okay. And then, subtract mo lang yung numerator. 7 minus 1, you will have 6. Okay. So, that is 6/8. Now, katulad ng sinabi nga natin, syempre, you always have to make your answer in lowest term. So, you find the GCF of your numerator 6 and of your denominator 8. Okay? So, use continuous division to do that. So, you have 6 and then you have 8. Okay? Dapat kasi dito parang nasasanay ka na pwede pala meron siyang GCF. So, naging automatic na dapat. So, okay, what is the prime divisor of these two numbers? So, you have here 2. 6 divided by 2, that is 3. 8 divided by 2, that is 4. Okay, remember, yung number lang na nandito ang magiging ating GCF. Diba? So, since 2 lang siya, wala na namang pwedeng ipang-divide pareho kay 3 at kay 4, lalabas na ang ating GCF ay 2. So, balikan mo yung given mo na 6/8. Divide the numerator by 2 and the denominator by 2. 6 divided by 2, you have 3 and then over 4. So, your answer is 3/4. Okay? So, pare-parehas lang yan ang process. So, binigyan lang tayo ng example. So, ganun din. 7/9 or 7 over 9 minus 2 over 9. Kopyahin lang yung denominator. Okay? Copy lang yung denominator and then subtract the numerator. So, 7 minus 5, or 7 minus 2 rather, you have 5 over 9. Okay, dito. Syempre, 3, same pa din ang denominator niya. Kopyahin mo kaya lang since 3 minus 3 ay 0. So, your answer here is 0. Okay? Same thing with number 4 and number 5. So, ang addition, subtraction of similar fractions, mas madali lang kasi all we have to do is just perform the operation in the numerator. Okay. Ito naman, medyo kakaiba na to kasi we will be using the similar fractions. Okay, iba na yung kanyang denominator na ginamit. Okay? So, ang gagawin natin, let's try to have an example. Okay? So, ang sabi dito, these are the steps in adding and subtracting similar fractions and mixed fractions without regrouping. Okay? So, ang sabi, first thing that you need to do is change the fraction to similar fraction. Okay? Followed by add or subtract the numerators depending on the operation. Okay? Now, if there are whole number, kung merong whole number, edi add or subtract mo din. And then, kakopy mo na yung magiging common denominator and then reduce the answer to lowest term if possible. Okay? So, paano ba yon? Gawa tayo ng example. Okay? So, dito, sa ating given number, we have hinahanap yung sum daw ng 1 and 1/5 plus 1/2. Okay? So, dito, kailangan makuha natin yung LCM. Diba? Kailangan makuha na natin yung least common multiple, and then that least common multiple will become the new denominator. So, ano yung ginawa dito? Okay? Dito, in this example, kinuha yung kanyang multiples. So, 5, the multiples of 5 are 5, 10, 15, 20. And then the multiples of 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So, kumbaga, kinukuha yung sagot sa multiplication. So, 5 times 1, that's 5. 5 times 2, that's 10. 5 times 3, 15. 5 times 4, 20. Same thing with 2. 2 times 1, that's 2. 2 times 2, 4. 2 times 3. 2 times 4. 2 times 5. So, lumabas, ang nangyari, ang kanilang bagong or ang kanilang LCM ay 10. So, what I usually do to solve for this is, nagawa ko is, nire-rewrite ko siya ng 1. Actually, pwede nyo din gawin doon. 1 and 1/5 plus 2 over, plus 1/2. Okay? So, this is what I usually do para, I guess, pwede nyo na rin gawin. So, you just need to find the LCM. Remember, you have the whole number here. Okay? And then, do something like this. Sugo mo na to. Okay? So, this is 1/2. Okay, ano ba yung LCM natin? Ang nakita natin kanina ay 10. So, this will be 10. And then 10 here. Okay? Tapos, divide and multiply. Ano ba yan? Yung bagong denominator mo, i-divide mo doon. So, 10 divided by 2, you will have 5. And then, ito, papunta doon, multiply. 5 times 1, you have 5. Okay, again, hanapin mo na yung magiging bagong denominator. So, you have 10 there. Then, you also have 10 here. And then, divide. 10 divided by 2, you have here 5. 5 times 1, you have there 5. Follow the same steps in the first fraction. 10 divided by 5, that's 2. 2 times 1, that is 2. Okay? Now, kita na natin na pareho sila, di ba? Pareho na sila ng denominator na 10. So, dahil pareho sila ng denominator na 10, gagawin mo lang ay kukopihin mo lang sila. So, dito na lang natin ilagay. Medyo nawala na ako sa screen. So, they have the same denominator. So, they have here 10. And then, add lang natin yung dalawang numerator. 2. Remember, the operation is addition. So, 2 plus 5. You have here 7. And then, since dito, wala naman tayong i-add na whole number, bring down lang natin siya. So, the answer is 1 and 7/10. Okay, so that is the answer. Okay, you know. So the final answer is 1 and 7. Sorry, ito. Final answer is 1 and 7/10. Okay, meron din sa example. Okay, so sabi, a-add daw natin ang 3 and 4 over 6, ito, minus 1 and 1/4. Diba? So, magkaiba pa din ang kanilang denominator. So, kailangan natin hanapin yung kanilang GCF pa din. Okay? So, kunin mo muna yung dalawang denominator nila, 6 and then 4. Okay? So, dito, so try natin i-solve na lang para mas maintindihan. Solve natin. So, we have 3 and 4 over 6 minus na to 1 and 1 over 4. Okay? Magkaiba ng denominator. So, kailangan hanapin ang bagong denominator. So let's try in this example yung get the denominator 6 and the denominator 4. Kunin yung multiples niya. Multiples yung mga sagot kapag nagdi-divide. So 6 times 1, you have 6. 6 times 2, you have 12. 6 times 3, you have 18. 6 times 4, you have 24. 4 naman, you have 4, 8, 12, 16. Boom. Actually, you don't need to find or you don't need to write all the multiples of your answer. Ang kailangan mo lang gawin is hanapin yung unang number na magiging pareho sila. Okay? So, ito, may 6, ito wala naman. Ito, may 4, yun wala naman. Ito, may 8, ngayon, sa 6 wala naman, di ba? So, ang unang number na naging pareho sila ay 12. So, that makes the number 12 your new divisor, your new denominator. 12, 12. So, bring na natin to. Okay? And then, perform mo lang yung operation. Okay? Itong 3, kinopya ko lang doon. Itong 1, kinopya ko lang din doon. Okay? So, same process, divide and multiply. 12 divided by 4. And then, yung sagot niya, lagyan mo doon. So, 12 divided by 4, you have 3. 3. Dun sa lumang numerator, multiply mo lang. 3 times 1, you have 3. Lagyan mo doon, sabi niyang bagong fraction. Do the same process doon sa naunang fraction. 12 divided by 6, you have 2. 2 times 4, you have 8. Okay? Since pareho na ang iyong denominator, magiging mas madali na sa'yo yung pagkuha ng sagot. Kasi, alam mo na pareho na sila ng denominator. You just have to do the process katulad dun sa ginagawa natin kanina. Okay? So, the same denominator. So, kopyahin mo lang. Okay? Remember, we are subtraction. So, subtract mo. 8 minus 3. You have 5. And then, 3 minus 1. You have 2. So, ang sagot mo ay 2 and 5 over 12. Okay? So, ganun lang siya sa pagsagot. Okay? Now, actually, meron ibang akong way na minsan na ginagamit. Okay? So, let's try that. You can do this sa subtraction. And also, you can also do this in addition. So, let's use the same example. Halimbawa, we have, let's say, medyo liitan lang natin. So, let's say we have 3 and 1/4 plus 2 and 1/5. Okay? So, meron tayong whole number and then fraction. So, we call it mixed fraction. So, ang gawin na natin yung isang technique na pagkuha ng sagot. It is by using cross multiplication. Paano ba yan? Since you have your whole number then, there, ilabas mo muna siya. Kunin mo muna yung fraction. Let's say, wala muna yung 3 at wala muna yung 2. Kunyari, yan lang yung given. Okay? So, ang gawin mo lang is ganito, cross multiplication. Paano ba yung cross multiplication? So, gagawin mo lang, lakihan natin, 1/4 plus 1/5. Okay? So, ganito yung cross multiplication. Unahin mong i-multiply itong dalawa. Okay? And then, multiply mo itong dalawa. And then, multiply mo itong dalawa. So, this is the first step. And then, this is the second step. And then, this is the third step. Okay? Gawin natin. First step, multiply daw yung pag ganun. So, 1 times 5, you have here 5. The operation is addition, so plus. 4 times 1, you have 4. Okay? Over 4 times 5, you have here 20. Okay? And then, combine mo na. 5 plus 4, you have 9 over 20. Don't forget that we have here 3 rather, and then we have here 2. So, ang gagawin mo lang dyan ay add mo siya. 3 plus 2, you have 5. So, your final answer is 5 and 9/8. 5 and 9 over 20. Okay? Paano naman sa subtraction? Let's do the same. Okay? So remember, we have 3 and 1/4 minus 2 and 1/5. Alisin muna yun yung whole number. So we have 1/4 minus 1/5. Cross multiply sa 2, 3. Okay, 1 times 5, you have 5. Minus 4 times 1, you have 4. And then yung ilalim, 4 times 5, you have 20. Perform lang yung operation, 5 minus 4, you have 1. Copy the denominator, 20. And remember, yung whole number mo na 3 minus 2, so you will have here 1. So the answer is 1 and 1 over 20. So that's what we call cross multiplication. Okay? Para mas madali. The problem with that is malaki yung nagiging number. Minsan, kailangan mo talaga siyang in-lowest term. Okay? So, let's have a different example. So, ito din. Ganun din dito. Ang gandahan dito is parehas yung denominator nila. So, wala kang magiging problema. Okay? So, you have 3 and 8 over 12 minus 1 and 3 over 12. So, ang ginawa dito, sinubtract yung whole number. 3 minus 1. Okay? So, kaya naging 2. And then, since the same denominator, kinuha lang siya. Kaya naging 12 dito. And then, sinubtract yung numerator. So, 8 minus 3. So, naging sagot ay 2 and 5 over 12. Okay? So, yun. Mas madali lang siya kapag sa subtraction. Okay? So, ito naman. Medyo binigyan tayo dito ng tatlong example. 1/4 plus 1/5 plus 1/2. Diba? So, ganun din, no? So, to get the LCD, so in this example, kunin daw yung LCD ng, actually, hindi to 3. This should be 4. Get the LCD of 4, 5, and 2. So, ito yan. No? So, 4, we get the multiples. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Sa 5 naman, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Sa 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Hanggang sa, nakarating siya sa 20. Kita natin na yung 20, siya yung unang number na naging pare-pareho yung ating numbers or denominators. So, that means 20 ang magiging bagong denominator nila. Okay? So, paano nangyari yun? Okay? So, 1/4 plus 1/5 plus 1/2. Okay? Remember, ang bago nating denominator ay 20. So, 20 here, 20, 20. Yun yung ginamit kanina dito. Ayan, no? 20. Now, ganito yung ginagawa ko. Remember, this is addition, ha? Addition to. Okay. Same process. Divide and multiply. So, divide, multiply. So, 20 divided by 2. That will give you 10. 10 times 1, you have there 10. 20 divided by 5, you have 4. 4 times 1, you have 4. 20 divided by 4, you have 5. 5 times 1, you have 5. The same denominator. Okay, diba? So, the same denominator sila. So, you have there 20. And then, syempre, add mo lang yung iyong mga numerator. 5 plus 4 plus 10, you have 19. Okay, that's 5, 4, and then 10. Kaya naging 19 over 20. So, yan yung ating solution. Okay? What else? So, let's try to find. Okay? So, dito, ganun din. 1 half minus 1/8. So, ito yun. Hindi natin gamitin dito yung sinasabi ko. Dito kasi, ang pinapagawa niya is always finding the LCD, di ba? Actually, yun naman yung proper usually. Yun yung talagang ginagamit. Pero, you can do a shortcut or another technique to get the answer. So, try natin. So, we have here 1 half minus 1/8, di ba? Okay, kunin natin ang kanyang LCD. So, ang lumabas na bago LCD ay 8. So, 8, 8. Okay, perform lang. 8 divided by 8, that's 1. Diba? And then 1 times 1, you have here 1. 8 times, 8 divided by 2, you have 4. 4 times 1, you have here 4. Same na yung kanyang denominator, diba? Ito dito, same na yung denominator. So, kopyahin mo lang yung 8, yung denominator. And then, subtract rather, yung numerator. So, 4 minus 1, you have 3. Okay? So, ayun, no? 3/8 ang lumabas na sagot. Okay? Subukan natin yung sinasabi ko na pagkuha ng sagot na medyo technique lang, medyo malaki yung number. But let's try. So, we have here 1 half minus 1/8. Okay? Cross multiply tayo, ha? 3/8 ang sagot natin dyan. Inisod ko lang. Okay, cross multiply 1 times 8. You have 8 minus 2 times 1. You have 2. And then 2 times 8. You have 16. Okay? Paano nakuha yan? Again, multiply mo to. Multiply mo to. Then multiply mo to. So, 1, 2, 3. Tatlong process. First process, multiply 1 times 8. That's 8. Second process, 2 times 1. That's 2. Third process, 2 times 8, 16. And you have 6 over 16. Diba? Now, dito, kung mapapansin natin, ang nakita natin sagot ay 6 over 16. This one is 3 over 8. Dito kasi, kailangan mo na ngayong mag-simplify. Sabihin, kailangan natin hanapin yung GCF. So we have here, sulat natin dito. So the answer is 6 over 16. Ano ba yung GCF nilang dalawa? Okay? So, ang GCF ng 6 at 16 ay 2. Okay? So, divide natin sa 2. Divide natin sa 2. Okay? 6 divided by 2, you have 3. 16 divided by 2, you have 8. So, you were able to get the same answer, 3/8. Now, I always tell my students it is your choice on which process you are going to use. So, pwedeng gamitin mo to kung gusto mo na maliliit agad yung number na ginagamit mo, or you can use this one using cross multiplication, multiply, and then you just have to proceed with the operation with yan. Kaya lang, ito nga lang nangyayari. Kailangan mong mag-lowest term. Okay? So, that's their difference. So, it's up to you kung anong operation ang gusto mong gamitin. So, ito din. Ito, what is the sum of 8 over 9? Gaya niyan, di ba? So, medyo malaki na yung number na ginamit. So, subukan natin. Okay? 8 over 9 plus 5 over 6. Okay? O dito, ganun pa din, kinuha yung LCD, kaya naging ganyan. So, rewrite natin. 8 over 9 and 5 over 6. So, ano yung kanilang bagong LCD or denominator? Ang nakuha dito ay 18. So, 18 yan. And then, divide, multiply. 18 divided by 6, you have 3. 3 times 5, you have 15. Okay? Next, we have 18 divided by 9, you have here 2. 2 times 8, you have 16. Okay? So, yan yung ating sagot. Okay? So they have the same denominator. So kopya lang, 18. And then add 16 plus 15, you have 31. So ang sagot natin ay 31 over 18. Kaya lang makikita natin dyan, improper fraction kasi mas malaki yung numerator kaysa sa denominator. So ang kailangan mong gawin, i-divide mo siya. You will get an answer which is a mixed form. So paano yon? Yung 31 na numerator sa loob, yung 18 na denominator sa labas, divide mo na yan, 31 divided by 18, so you're gonna have 1. 1 times 18, you have 18, subtract, you have here 13. So itong 1 na to, that will be the whole number, and then yung remainder na 18, ito, yung remainder na 18, remainder na 13, yan yung magiging numerator. Okay? And yung denominator natin kanina na 18, yun pa din yung kanya magiging denominator. So you will have an answer which is 1 and 13 over 18. So ito yon, 1 and 13 over 18. Okay? So that is for addition of fractions na ang nagiging sagot ay improper. Okay? So, ganun din dito. Ito. Dito, medyo mag-ano tayo dito. Okay? So, let's try to do that. Paliwanag natin yan. Kasi medyo mahihirapan tayo. Okay? So, ang given ay ito. What is the answer in 3 and 1/3 minus 1 and 1/2? Okay? So, I think this will be the last na. So, ganun pa din. 3 and 1/3 minus 1 and 1/2. Kinuha yung LCD. Kuha niya ay 6. Okay? 6. 6 divided by 2, 3. You have here 3. 6 divided by 3, 2. 2 times 1, we have 2. Okay. Ito ang magiging mapapag-isipan natin kasi ano nangyari dyan. Diba? They have the same denominator, 6. So, supposed to be, pwede nating basta isubtract. Kaya lang, 2 minus 3. Sabi, yung 2 daw, bawasan mo ng 3. Hindi naman pwede. Diba? So, hindi pwede yun. So, anong mangyayari? Anong mangyayari doon? Ang mangyayari is, you will borrow from the whole number. Tandaan mo, ang whole number mo dito ay 3. Since hindi po pwede, yung 3, bawasan mo ng isa, so ito magiging 2. Okay? And then, yung hiniram mo na 1 dito, kailangan gawin mo siyang fraction na ang denominator katulad nito. So, ano ba yung denominator? Yon ay 6 over 6. Bakit 6 over 6? Kasi, ito ay 6 para maging kapareho yung denominator niya. Kaya, magiging 6 over 6. At kailangan, yung fraction na yon equal to 1. So, kung ano yung denominator dito, yun din na gagamitin mo, at yun din yung nasa ibabaw niya. So, ang mangyayari ngayon dyan, you will have here, yung 3 mo ay magiging 2. Tapos, yung kinuha natin na 1, yun ay magiging 6 over 6. And then, add mo. So, ang mangyayari sa'yo is you have here there 2. Ito natin dito ha. So, 2. And then, the same denominator. So, kopyahin mo lang 6 over 6 plus 2, you have 8. Diba? And then, yung kopyahin mo yung natira sa'yo, 1 and 3 over 6. Okay? So, subtract mo lang. You have the same denominator, which is 6. Subtract mo yung numerator mo, 8 minus 3, 5. And then, 2 minus 1, you have 1. So, your final answer is 1 and 5 over 6. Okay? You know. So the answer is 1 and 5/6. Okay. Ngayon, dito naman. Paano naman kung whole number ang babawasan natin ng fraction? Katulad ng ginawa natin dito kanina, we will do the same process. Kasi since wala siyang fraction, gagawa tayo ng fraction na kukunin natin sa kanya. So, sabi, 3 minus 1 and 1/2. Okay, so pwede mo sulat ng pababa. 3. So we have here 3 minus 1 and 1/2. Ito, babawasan natin ang isa, kaya magiging 2. Tapos, yung hiniram natin na isa doon sa 3, gagawin natin na fraction na, syempre, itutulad natin yung denominator doon sa nasa baba, 2. Kailangan mo lang gawin kung ano yung number sa ilalim, yun din yung number sa ibabaw. Okay? And then, copy mo lang yan. 1 and 1/2. Okay? So, perform mo lang yung operation. You have the same denominator. So, copy mo lang 2. Okay? And then, subtract 2 minus 1. You have 1. And then, 2 minus 1 again. So, you have 1. So, your answer is 1 and 1/2. Ayun. Okay? So, dito, medyo kailangan ng okay na yan. Kailangan mo lang perform operation. Then dito, i-add mo din siya. Okay, so meron konting question about the definition of terms. And that's it. So, kailangan mo lang gawin or yung mga isolve using the lessons na we have now. Gaya nga sabi ko, there are 2. Pwedeng yung paghahanap ng LCD, and then the other one is yung kapag gamit ng cross multiplication. Okay? So, sagutan lang natin yung ating mga lesson. Ang mga given dyan. And then that's it. Okay, so, one more time. Again, we'd like to thank the Department of Education, especially the SDO of Muntinlupa, kasi sa pagpaprovide sa atin ng modules and yung ating kailangang sagutan. Okay? So, good luck in ICD and stay safe. Bye-bye.